Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Seashell here. I'm coming on today to do a sew along for this coat dress. And this is a part of the September Denim Days. And this is going to be the denim coat dress Butterick 6254. Now, in a previous video, I styled the coat, so you guys have seen that. This coat is going to be a similar uh, make like that, just a few little different changes, utilizing all the pieces in the jeans that I've got for this particular coat. This coat will take in a large men's size pants, denim pants, jeans, about 4 to 5 pairs of pants. And the reason for the width I need it to be wider is because of the curve of the coat itself. And as you can see in the line drawing here, it's the two pieces here. This is the front, and then this is the back. And then the other reason why you need for this particular pattern is because of the way this sleeve is designed. Your largest pieces are here and wider points, and that's so that it creates this yoke effect. So that's why you need larger pairs of pants, because then you can piece it together, and I've had to do that. So for this pattern, I'm using pieces 5, 7, 2, 3, 4, and 6. And then 8 is just the guide to show you where to place the buttons. So it's not an actual pattern piece. It's just a guide that you lay down to make your markings. So with that, I'm going to show you guys how to put this together, and it's going to be relatively quick because I've done a lot of the prep work already, because it's an easy pattern, but it's very it's not detailed in a sense, but it just takes time, particularly with the buttonholes. And then me adding all the other features as far as serging the edges, and then doing the denim piecing together. So that's the part that probably took the most time. And then in the design element itself, what I wanted to add to it, all the pieces from the pants and just, adorning it and embellishing it and all the whole things. So let's get into these pieces. Okay, so here you have the collar, and I've gone on and stitched this together, and I've added all of the embellishments that I want using the waistband of the jeans itself. And I did that so that I can make a little closure using the parts of the pants with the snap, just like that. And it just adds for just a different way of designing, I guess you could say. But it just adds a pretty cool touch. So this was easy. You're gonna line it, or you're gonna put interfacing in it, of course, and then you're gonna stitch your two pieces together. And this is basically what you would have, just this plain collar here. But like for me, wanting to embellish it and everything, that's what I mean by it takes a little bit of time, because I'm just coming up with this as I go along and what I want to see on it. And yeah, so that's the collar. This is the front facing. And then this is the part where I have to make the markings for the buttonholes. And there's going to be 5 buttons in all. So that's that piece. Now for the main pieces, this is the sleeve. The sleeve, and then what creates the yoke back. So with this, and I'm going to take the pattern off here so that I can show you what I've done already. This is what I mean by utilizing the width of the fabric that you need for, see how this is really huge as far as the width of it. That's what I mean. I've gone on, I've put a pocket on there. I've already done the dart, which is right here for both sides. Now, the thing about this is that now you take both these sleeves and you join them together at the top here. And that's what helps create that round neckline, and then for the back. So I've gone on and I've done that. So that's ready for the next piece. So I'm going to set that to the side. And then we're going to move on to the front. And there's 2 pieces here. This is that piece here. And I've gone on and I've added the pockets here. Now these came from another pair of pants. So I've already attached those. And then I attached the inset pockets, which you see this little feature here. This is what I mean, that it takes a little time to do this portion. So I wanted to just go ahead and do that, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time with the video. But that's how that's created. And then this pocket here, I left that. I didn't sew that one yet because I want to go ahead and do that while we're doing the video. But I did put the other piece on there. And then this just finishes it up. And then this is what it'll look like when it is completed. So we will be doing that. We'll be stitching that together. And then that will be done. And then the last piece is the back piece. And that's this piece here, number 4. And this is where the curve of the yoke of the sleeve will go. And you'll see it as I put that together. Like I said, I've gone on, I've serged the edges, I've done all of the placement of the different embellishments and pockets and things that I want to do. And so with this coat, I just did a little bit different. I added a little vent flap here, and then I added another pocket here, and then I added one of the belt loops here. Just, being creative. And this is 2 legs that are joined together. So that's why you need, again, wider pairs of pants. So I'm going to go ahead and start assembling this. And let me get my pins and we'll be right back. Okay, I've laid out the sleeves like this. Now I'm going to take the back piece and I'm going to pin that together, matching all my notches. And then I'll pin the front pieces together. Okay, I've got the back piece attached to the sleeves, I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine, stitch it up, and I'll be right back to attach the two front facings. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And now you see that it's beginning to take shape of the back of the coat with the sleeves. And next, I'll pin on the sides. And it's, it's a pretty big piece. So I just want to try to show you how that it's being assembled. So I'm going to pin on now the front facings, which are these two pieces. So let me line that up and then pin it and take it to the machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's one thing I do want to note. This is the sleeve here, and then this is the front facing. So I'm going to match the notches up and go all the way around. And one thing I will say is that you'll have to clip on the curve in order for that to fit around without causing any buckling in the seams. So that way it comes right together. So I'm going to go ahead and pin that, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, I got this all pinned together. And I'm going to clip where I see that it needs to lay flat. Take it over to the machine. I'll be right back. Okay, so now you can see the front facing attached to the sleeve. And then remember, that's the back piece there. So this side, we'll be doing the same thing. So I'll attach that piece onto this part, and then we'll have both of our front facings. I'm going to pin that, take it to the machine, stitch it, and I'll be right back. So now you can see the coat taking shape. Here are the sleeves. They're not sewn yet because we have to do the underarm and side stitching for both sides here. That's what it looks like in the inside. I'm not going to line it. The pockets, I went on ahead and sewed that other pocket. So now the collar has to be attached. Right here. So the layers of the fabric here, the jean, this denim, it can get pretty thick. So ensure that you have denim type needles, and you want to go slow over some of these thicker areas. So I have to be, particularly like right here, I have to be real careful when I add that collar onto this piece, because I don't want to hit this little stud that was there with the pants originally and break a needle. So you want to take your time in going around and fitting that collar, which will be just like this. Okay, so when it's attached, that's how it's going to fit. Just like that. So I'm going to go over to the machine, attach the collar, and then we'll be ready for the front facing, and then we'll move on to the buttonholes. Here you see I'm just pinning the collar down and matching up the notches. And then once I get this pinned in place, I'm going to baste it. And then we'll start to move on to the front facing. Okay, I've got the collar on. And it's attached to the back. So when I go to hem, it stay stitch, slip stitch on the inside to secure that together. So now I'm going to attach the front facings and get those sewed in. So here the two front facings, they are pinned in. I'm going to sew those in place, and then we'll be ready to do the buttonholes. The facing is on now, so only thing that I have to do is, before I do the buttonholes, is to stitch the sleeve and all the way down and close the side, and do that for both sides. And then the only other steps after that be to hem the sleeve, hem the bottom of the coat, and do the buttonholes. So let me put this together, the sleeve, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, this is pretty much it. I sewed up the sides. Everything was already in place, you know, like I said, when I did the pockets. So you can see that on either side. The pockets from the jeans. The only thing, like I said, is left is the buttonholes. And that is probably going to take a little more time. So I don't really want to make this video too long. But this is the coat. The only thing needs to be done is the sleeves hemmed and the bottom of the coat, and like I said, doing the buttonholes. But yeah, this is another coat, and you've seen the one that I showed you guys before, but I'll show you the back so you'll see what this looks like. And it has a little bottom vent. And I really like the way this turned out. You can do so much with denim, and just using this as just a open canvas just to create something unique and different. And I just love the way this turned out. If I get opportunity to try this on, I will probably do this on my Pinterest, not Pinterest, but my Instagram. So you'll be able to see what it looks like when I try it on. But you've guys seen the other coat, and it's just a different little design that's, you know, from the other one. But it's essentially, it's the same coat. So with that, I want to go ahead and just wrap this video up. I want to thank you for joining me. I hope that it didn't seem too rushed, but it was pretty easy to put together when you prep everything, get everything all together. You could do this in one day, or you can split it up and do it in 2 days, like I did. Spend one day doing all the serging, doing all the extra piecing and whatnot, and then today then just putting it and wrapping it all together. So that is the lovely coat dress Butterick 6254, and I just love this coat. I love it. So haven't decided on what color buttons that I'm going to put on here, so that's why I didn't spend the time to do the buttonholes in this video. But yep, so I hope you enjoyed this sew along. Thank you for coming back and checking me out and and seeing all three projects. You know, one, the bucket hat, the second project was the tote bag, and then this was project 3, the coat dress, all out of upcycled denim jeans. So with that, everyone, take care, and we'll see you again in another video real soon. Bye-bye.